Just to shout out the first show I did. How the heck are you?
There we go.
It is the Downey Sports College Football Show. It is week 10. He's Paul Phillips. I'm Jacob Miller. It's a late show. We apologize. I am road game. I'm in Southwest Florida right now. Podcast brought to you by the beer I'm drinking, the epic second 9 of round of golf I've played, the bourbon Paul's drinking, and finally, Raymond Bork, who happened to be at the country club I was playing at golf today. So, Hall of Fame hockey player for those of you guys that do not know.
Big 7-7.
Big boy. I mean, I'm woefully underpaired other than the ECU segment. But it is the Downey Sports College Football Show. He's Paul Phillips. I'm Jacob Miller. We are here every Wednesday around 8 o'clock. Usually it's never this late.
At 8:00 something.
Yeah.
Or 8.
It's never this
8 something.
late. It's never been this late. But we appreciate all you guys watching. If you're on YouTube, please give us a subscribe, like, comment on the video. If you're watching, the chat's wide open until you get punished. Don't get punished. Hey, as long as you don't abuse it, the chat's there. Same with you.
You don't have to keep it clean. Just keep it not dirty.
Yeah, just, don't be an ass. If you're on Twitter, give us a like. Give us retweet the stream. Share it with some friends. Give us a follow. Downey Sports Network. Jacob Miller _7. What are you? PSP _15. Give us each a follow. If you caught me on Miller Moulton this morning, give them a follow as well.
Absolutely.
If you're on Twitch, if you want to subscribe, feel free. If not, just give us a follow, and we appreciate that. It has been a hectic couple of days in college football. A lot of movement, a lot of big things happening in the conference that we play in.
Definitely.
Coaches are fired. I think our polls probably stayed more or less the same, but I think we just hit it off with the biggest story of the week. Brian Kelly is fired from Louisiana State University down there in Baton Rouge. The only way I can think to explain it, to steal a line from my dad's show that I did this morning, but it was very much a round hole through a square peg.
Yep.
I never thought he was the fit there at LSU. What baffles me the most, though, Paul, is the fact that we looked at this LSU team under Brian Kelly. Offense. And I think Brian Kelly's a good coach. I think he's probably a top 10 coach in the country.
Probably so.
For whatever reason, didn't work at LSU. But you look, and they had just great offenses under him. And then this year, you're kind of seeing the inverse. And Nussmeier, who is supposed to be a top 10 pick at the beginning of the year, doesn't look to be that way.
No.
And the defense is the highlight of that team. If you were to look at the beginning of the season, if we were sitting here week 10, hey, by the way, Brian Kelly's fired, and it's not because the offense, or it's
not because
the offense couldn't perform and the defense could.
Exactly.
Like, I think we all would look here baffled.
I'll tell you what I'd be saying. I'd be saying, thank God ECU didn't hire Joe Sloan as their next head coach.
You're not wrong. Which
I love Joe Sloan. He's a Pirate through and through, and I wish him nothing but the best. That being said, it has not worked down in Baton Rouge this season at all. And I really don't know where it starts as far as it going wrong.
I think the offensive line is a lot to blame.
Definitely.
I don't think Nussmeier's been great.
No, he definitely hasn't. But that's what I'm saying. There's so many different pieces that just haven't meshed, or at least haven't performed to
the standard that LSU is used to.
Exactly. Or even just the standard that we threw on them at the beginning of the season based on what we've seen, So I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things, obviously specifically on the offense, but then I mean, you go back and look at it just in the grander scheme of things, uh, beyond just this season. We do kind of have to look at the defense and wonder why it was just so stagnant and at the bottom of uh at the basically at the bottom of the
Bottom of the
SEC.
SEC. And I think it's something we talked about early in the year too with LSU that I brought up in the Clemson game. Even though I was dead wrong, I thought Clemson would whoop them. But what I pointed out was the fact that this is an experienced offensive line, if you want to call it that. There's a bunch of transfers. These are not a ton of guys that have played in a unit together, let alone in LSU's offense together. Offensively, the unit that needs the most cohesion is the offensive line. You can get by with new receivers. You can get by with new running backs. You can get by with a new quarterback if he's smart enough. Look at what outside of what Miami did with Louisville, but look what Carson Beck's done at Miami. Look at Indiana. I can't think of his name right now.
Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, Fernando Mendoza. He's a new guy there. Like, you can, if you're smart enough, you can pick up on these new systems fast enough. You can't do that with offensive line because you are relying so much on knowing what the guy to your left and right is going to do based on the coverage in front of you. Hey, I got a 3-eye. Hey, I'm playing guard here. I got a 4 technique in front of me. Like, I need to pass them off to the tackle. I think that's where LSU is missing. I think, honestly, if we're going to talk about ECU, I think that's part of what we're missing is that communication on the offensive line. Which we'll get to the Temple preview eventually. Actually, next segment. But
I think it just comes down to chemistry too.
Yeah, no, I mean,
like obviously we talk about these new quarterbacks being where they are. These O linemen, like part of being a good O line is having those game reps of knowing what, like you said, what the people next to you are thinking and what they're doing, and you also thinking that same way. And it is think of the O line as one person. It has like it is 5 brains operating as one brain. That's at least kind of how I see it. And so I feel like if you have 5 different brains operating individually, or independently from one another, I mean, you're going to get an O line like LSU or like South Carolina or like ECU to I'd say a lesser extent, but still.
I think South Carolina's more got to do with injury than anything.
That too. Yeah. But I mean, like again,
to be fair, ECU.
Exactly. But I mean, that's proven the point though, is that South Carolina's thrown out they've started 9 different offensive linemen this year. And if you watch it, South Carolina at all, they look completely lost out there. On the O line, and it's just penalty after penalty after penalty, and they had the exact same problem LSU had. It's just when they played each other, LSU figured out a way to stymie that talent. But I mean, again, there's no cohesion whatsoever, and that was the root of their problem. It does seem
definitely a unit that is failing at the moment. It's. If you're LSU, I think I know who they're going to hire. I think it's already written in stone. So I'm curious who do you think LSU goes to after this?
I really don't know, honestly.
Really, I think I'm positive.
I mean, I would say, I've heard the rumblings of Coach O.
Oh no, that's
never happened.
Not where I'm going.
That's never happened.
I mean, I said on this podcast before it was the Downey Sports Network that after they won the national title, he would be fired in 3 years. I was wrong. It was 2.
Yeah,
my bad.
Exactly. I mean, I feel like just like in Florida's case, the first call you have to make is Lane, just based on fit.
I think the first 2 calls you make are Lane and Penn State's old coach, Franklin.
I think the first 2 calls are both to Lane Kiffin, to be honest with you.
He probably should call him
twice. It's calling Lane Kiffin. He probably says no, and then you follow up with him in about a couple hours. See if his mind has changed at all. Then maybe you call Franklin. Then you give Lane one more call, just to get a definite yes or no, and then you officially start setting your course to James Franklin. But honestly, beyond those two, I don't really know where you go though if you're LSU, because like, do you wait? But I
I
don't
don't
know
think
who
you wait. I
else.
think there's a prime candidate that was there, and it's not Coach O. There's a prime candidate there that was there when you won a national title. Joe Sloan. Or not Joe Sloan.
Yeah, that's their
Joe
OC.
Brady. Joe
Yeah,
Brady.
that's
Sorry.
right.
Joe
I was
Brady.
like,
He's
Joe
currently
Sloan is not going to have it.
currently the offensive coordinator with the Buffalo Bills. I think he is a shoehole for this job. I think he's perfect for the job. He does everything LSU is looking for. High explosive offense. We'll see what he brings in on defense. But I think with the talent in the state of Louisiana and the way you're able to recruit in the city of Houston and in that Eastern Texas Gulf block, so to speak, I think that's your guy. I just don't know how you go differently.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to disagree with that. I feel like you got to at least swing on the guys with the elite program level head coaching experience, but then I
You're
mean,
not going to pull him though. Like I don't, and we'll
if
get there.
James
Like, I don't
Franklin
think
would take that job, where else would he go? In favor of LSU's the best job right now.
I think LSU is the best job, but I don't know if it's a good fit for him. And then you're doing the same thing you just did with Brian Kelly.
I saw somebody. It was a Florida fan. I said, or the tweet said something along the lines of, "Great, now we have to compete for head coach, or like for finding a head coach with LSU." No, Florida. This is the quote tweet I saw of that. Florida's competing with Arkansas. They're not competing with LSU.
I saw the same tweet.
LSU should be able to hire whoever they want. Definitely, if they are unemployed. If they're currently employed at a school, you never know. Hence why you call Lane. But I don't know. I'm glad he's fired. Honestly, I'm glad. I hate Brian.
It never fitted. He's such an arse. Like he's such an arse. And I think he's a top 10 coach. And
he killed a kid.
Obviously, yeah, he killed a kid. I'm down here in Florida. I did Miller and Moulton today. They were talking about. If you go back with James Franklin, you're just doing the same thing over again. He never fit in. He was never the guy. But if you're a Michigan State, like my dad is a fan of Michigan State or graduated from Michigan State, I don't think they could hire either of them. But if Brian Kelly or James Franklin came knocking at MSU, like you're doing cartwheels.
Yeah.
Cartwheels. And that's why I think James Franklin might stay in the Big Ten.
Maybe, but don't forget he has plenty of SEC head coaching.
He was the Vandy coach,
and
he fought Todd Grantham when I was like 12.
Yeah. Oh, and that Vandy team was year in year out going to and winning bowl games, and winning big regular season conference games. Like it is not at all out of the realm of possibility that James Franklin becomes the next head coach at LSU. But I also do see what you're saying, that it would be potentially, from just a coaching prowess standpoint, a lateral move.
Yeah,
But I mean, at LSU, you don't need to advance necessarily. You just need a similar guy that does it differently, and they probably luck into a bunch of success. But I don't know. It's
going to be an interesting time. I think if you're going there, you're in a good spot as a coach. But I think not that Brian Kelly's not an offensive-minded coach, but I think a pure offensive, a Les Miles type of guy, a little gimmick, a little go. Like I think that would fit in well there.
Some sideline salad, if you will.
Yeah, so definitely an interesting time down in Baton Rouge right now. I think just to not jump around too much, we can highlight the fact that I don't know. What am I talking about? That was last week. Sorry. We'll go into Starkville because I think that was a great game. Right. I was going to say Billy Napier. Yeah. So we'll get to that when we talk Georgia, Florida.
Yeah.
But Billy Napier, Jesus. Starkville.
Yeah. Mississippi State.
Where they up? 21?
They were up
17
they were up 21, I believe,
in the fourth quarter.
in the fourth quarter, like 9 minutes to go.
Before we kind of get into the game,
That was
um,
devastating.
did you see what the backup quarterback did?
Oh, are you talking about the touchdown? Oh yeah, that was a seed.
And we talked about it when he got in. Who was that against? This was like week 4 or 5. And he got in through a dart against somebody across the middle, and then Arch ended up coming back in.
I remember that. I can't remember the
I can't
opponent
remember the
though.
week either, but if you're a Texas fan, do you want Arch to be healthy this week?
You're asking the hard hitting questions.
Do you want Arch to
If
be
you're in
like,
Austin, Texas,
if you're in Austin, do you want Arch to be your starting quarterback this week? Or would you rather see what the other kids got?
I'd say yeah, just because Arch was the one that led him on that just ferocious comeback. Arch has it in him. It's just it needs to come out of him.
That's the problem.
But I mean, we saw what he's capable of at the end of that game. I mean,
he has the ability. It's there. I just don't know to what level. And
Yeah.
that's what concerns me. I had a good X's and O's this week. Like, I'm so excited for our Timble preview because, and I'm going to be honest, for those of you guys watching that are just solely here for ECU, I didn't look at their offense. I really didn't. I looked at their defense because I think that's the most applicable thing that we can attack.
I got a couple hits on the offense.
The one hit I have on the offense is something that I saw on tape multiple times, and I'll hit on that. But anyways, to get back to what happened last week, 21-point comeback. If you're being honest, Mississippi State blew that game in epic proportions. But
that was a time management just disaster class. Why are they snapping footballs with that much time on the clock?
That's what I don't understand. Do you still feel that Mississippi State is as feisty as we once thought they were?
Absolutely.
Or do you think this is kind of like, hey, like you've kind of like Auburn finally caught it this week?
Yeah.
Or well, no, they lost because I had money.
That's right.
What am I talking about? But like, I think Auburn's due for one of these. But I wonder if you're a Mississippi State, like how much more of this can you take? Because you've had a couple teams on the ropes and just haven't been able to do it.
But that's the thing is, it was never going to be a this year thing for Mississippi State. They've honestly outperformed, I think, a lot of people's expectations. Yeah, they started 4-0 against 3 not very good teams, and then beat an Arizona State team that we thought at the time was a playoff team potentially. They're obviously not that. Still a good team, but I mean, you look, just a late one-score loss to Tennessee, then at A&M. That's never going to be easy, and Mississippi State's just not there yet. 31-9 final score there, not great. Whatever. At Florida, I can't remember what was the play that swung that game. It was the pick.
It was a pick, yeah.
They were up. It was a pick six, if I'm not mistaken. That big dude on the D line, which just flipped that game completely on its head. And then the Texas game, like they are so close. Like they are right there. Mississippi State should be 7-1 right now, and they're what 3-4.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, sorry, 4-4.
4-3.
4-4.
Yeah.
No, they've lost 4 in a row. Yeah. But they should be 7-1.
Every bit. Every bit of it.
And so I mean, I think Jeff Levy's a hell of a coach. You know me, I've been on Mississippi State this season. I don't know if it's just a little tiny Brandon Walker on my shoulder telling me that or whatever, but I like they are genuinely a fun team to watch play football for the first, I'd say 48 to 50 minutes of every game. And then just you have to old yeller this team. You gotta watch until a certain point where basically if you watch them enough, you know when to turn it off and say the end. Just like an old yeller. It is the exact same thing. And I hate it for them too, because I mean that fan base has gone through some.
They've been through it, man, and I'm such a Dak lover, and I can't.
See, I hate Dak, but
well, obviously you're a Commanders fan. Well, Redskins.
Whatever they're called this year.
But who was the kid after Dak? Kid from Georgia.
Fitzgerald.
Yeah,
Nick Fitzgerald.
He was awesome.
See, I've always had a soft spot for this team. I've always, even like when Dak was there, I loved him. It's just when he became a Cowboy, I hated him.
Baseball there. Like, seriously, when I was in high school and I was like, dude, if I could play college baseball in the SEC at Mississippi State, like, or Old Miss, like, I was down. Those Mississippi schools get down. Like,
oh yeah, Oxford's a hell of a place. I wish I wish I can say that I've had the pleasure of going.
I've never had the pleasure of being there. I got into Old Miss. I was this close to going to Old Miss over ECU, which I think is a perfect transition as we talk into Old Miss just survives. We talk about, I mean, Mississippi State just is on the wrong end of it. Old Miss is on the right end of it against Oklahoma, a stout defense that has not looked great the last 2 weeks against Texas and Old Miss. Now we're talking about two probably of top 4 offenses in the SEC, but
yeah,
this leaves Old Miss in a great spot coming down the stretch, and leaves Oklahoma in a really, really tough position. If you had to pick one of these schools to make the college football playoff, where would you lean right now?
I would go Ole Miss.
I mean, I think that's a clear answer.
I mean,
I wish I had their schedules pulled up.
They've lost once. Oklahoma's lost least twice now. Because they lost to Texas too. Oklahoma, yeah, they've had issues with like John Mateer being healthy and all that, and he seems to be perfectly fine now. But just when I watch these two teams play independently of each other, number one, Ole Miss is just a more fun team to watch. But I also think that's just simply a better football team. I mean, their one loss on the season is a 1-score loss on the road in Athens.
Yeah.
It was 1 score, right?
Yeah, it was 1 score.
That was a hell of a football game.
Yeah.
That Ole Miss just simply by virtue of not being the whole
9-point game.
You're right. For all intents and purposes, that was a 1-score game. It was a great Ole Miss game. Very well could have and potentially should have won that game.
They scored on 5 straight drives.
Yeah. Again, that's a testament to the offense that you hit on.
But, yeah. Just to put it in perspective, Oklahoma's schedule coming down the stretch. We'll highlight this game later. On the road against Tennessee this week. Then they followed up after a bye week with on the road against Alabama, at home against Missouri, and then they end the season at home with LSU. Old Miss, on the other hand, let me pull their schedule up real quick. I think they have an easy road coming back in.
Their toughest game left might be Mississippi State.
Yes, they do. So they get South Carolina at home this week, then the Citadel, Florida at home, and then a bye before they go to Starkville to play Mississippi State. So,
like I said, Mississippi State, the toughest game left on that schedule, I think.
Yeah, it's hard to argue. And to kind of bring it back into the conference we talk the most about, the team we talk the most about in the American Coast Conference.
What?
American Coast. The American Athletic Conference.
Actually, just the American Conference now. They dropped the Athletic.
Memphis wins in an absolute nail biter.
That was a hell of a game
against your favorite to win the conference, who's now in a bit of trouble.
It was both of these. It was these two. I predicted before, like in our week 1 show, that this game specifically was going to be a precursor to the American Championship game.
In the words of Morgan Wallen, they need some help.
Hey,
they can't do it by themselves.
Screw that. They've both lost now. All we're waiting on is a Navy team that's about to potentially lose the rest of their games if you've seen their schedule. And then Tulane, ECU might be playing for a conference championship.
I was talking about this with Dad earlier, and I was like, I think ECU's kind of back in the driver's seat now.
We're not driving the car, but we
might be in the passenger seat at least.
Exactly. It's
we ain't in the back.
We have access to the driver's seat.
All of a sudden, this game in 3 weeks it was a big deal already.
Yeah,
It's a
2.5, 3 weeks.
massive deal.
Yeah, yeah.
Massive deal. UCF ends up, I think, missing a field goal late to tie it, if I'm remembering correctly. I think it was a field goal to tie it.
USF at the end. Nico Grammatica is what,
Misses a field goal
52
to
yards,
tie it.
which
Who had
he
the
doesn't
lead.
do. He just doesn't miss field goals.
And they had the lead most of the game.
Yeah.
Memphis ends up kind of coming back, ends up winning this game, and all of a sudden you're looking USF, who I know who has Tulane on the schedule.
Yep.
Now that's a must-win game. Already was before, but whatever. Must-win game against Tulane. Memphis has got to come to us. Do Memphis and Tulane play each other? Because if that's the case, then we're Tulane fans all the way through.
Let's see.
What you guys watching? There's a few of y'all in here right now. Feel free to put things in the comment section or chat with us. We'll reply to anything you guys want to say.
I forgot to turn on the World Series. Memphis. So they play. Yeah, I know. Memphis is at Rice this week. Then they're home against Tulane. And then they come to us.
We got to be the biggest Tulane fans on the planet right now. You need USF to drop one more. You need USF to drop one more. Yeah. Because if you beat Memphis, even if Memphis beats Tulane, then I think we play. No, that throws everything away.
It gets a little hairy.
We need Tulane to beat Memphis, and we need to beat Memphis, and UCF needs to lose. One more game.
Well, even if Memphis beats Tulane, if we beat them, they have 2 conference losses.
Yeah.
And we at this moment in time only have 1.
Fair. Oh, I forgot.
They lost to
UAB. So yeah, no.
It doesn't really matter. It's wide open.
We're in a perfect spot. We need Navy to lose some games. Which I think is, like you said, I think their schedule coming down the stretch is rough.
Have we covered the end of their schedule?
No, I don't think we have.
Oh my God, let me read it. It is just hell. Let's see.
Oh my gosh. North Texas, Notre Dame, South Florida, Memphis, Army.
Which obviously Notre Dame and Army, neither of which count as conference games, but you get North Texas and Memphis on the road.
Yeah.
Those are both on the road. You get USF at home. But like you're at Notre Dame and then you're neutral against Army. They have 1 home game left on the schedule and it's USF. Yeah. And then the rest is just chaos. Like they'll probably win Army, but it has no bearing on the conference because they play that as a non-conference game. Navy, I think, is destined for a big fall off. They could prove me wrong, but it is, like I said, it is just hellacious coming up for them.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. I think we can get into the Temple preview if you're ready, unless you got anything else from week 9.
I got 2 things.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
One of them, actually, no, I just got one thing because one of them I meant to put in the preview for this coming week, not the review for last week. But in the same kind of vein as the Texas-Mississippi State game, did you watch any of that Bama-South Carolina game?
I did. I watched the whole second half. Yeah.
That was
I had just gotten down here and watched. And I know you're a game guy. Like, I saw the writing on the wall.
Oh, absolutely.
I was absolutely. Like, y'all scored with, 6:28 left? Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, that's too much time for Ty.
Yeah.
And then, just a brutal fumble when you're just trying to get it to OT.
Exactly.
I don't think they were going to go down the field and score or anything, but
no, but I mean,
just brutal.
What they would have done is taken a bunch of time off the clock.
Yes, and they didn't. All of a sudden, Alabama gets the ball on their side of the 50.
Exactly. Either the clock keeps running like crazy, or Alabama's wasting all their timeouts, and so that does nothing but play into South Carolina's hands as far as getting to overtime at bare minimum. But that was take your pick between that one and what happened in Starkville. One of those 2 is your game of the week from this past weekend. If you were like me and had the pleasure of watching both, what a just roller coaster. Even though the team I wanted to win both games lost, but it is what it is. It was an insane weekend in the SEC specifically, but all across college football.
It's the one thing every time, like when I do the show notes with you on Monday or Tuesday, and I'm like, oh my God, here I am being SEC biased again. But it's
Yeah,
like, man, and we were kind of talking about this earlier, Pops and I, but it's like, if you were to take Ohio State, say -3 week 1 against Penn State, would you not be laughing to the bank right
oh
now?
my god.
Like, you look at the Big Ten schedule, and I think it's a result of some teams we thought we were going to be good, that were going to be good or not. And you look at the SEC, it's every week. I think the top of the Big Ten is better than the SEC. Like, I think Indiana and Ohio State are better than Alabama and Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Now, when you get into Georgia, Ole Miss, Vanderbilt, Missouri, I'll take them over against any outside of Ohio State and Indiana, any team you throw at the Big Ten against them. Like, come
Yeah.
on.
I
Maybe Oregon. I'll give
was
you
about to say
Oregon.
Oregon's the
I'll
only
give you
hold up
Oregon.
there.
Yeah.
But then
Like, I
I
think
mean,
Oregon, Georgia, like you're talking what? Oregon's a 2.5-point favorite.
yeah.
Like, we're talking about a great football game.
I mean,
But I
like
mean,
in the Big Ten, like you got Washington too. There's a lot
but
of
I
those.
think I'd
There's a lot of those
take
frisky
Ole
type
Miss over
teams.
Washington.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying there's a lot of those frisky type teams in the Big Ten too, just not as good as the ones in the SEC are. The Big Ten is top heavy, and they have a decent middle, but then the bottom is really bad.
Awful.
The SEC is kind of crunched a little bit as far as like, yeah, A&M and Alabama are your two best teams, but we watched Alabama lose to a not very good Florida State team in week 1.
I
We've
still think
seen
we're reading way too much into that.
we
But
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. But still it did happen. But then you see the bottom of the SEC, that being Kentucky, who's played some teams tight this season. I guess you have to throw Mississippi State in there, who again
Florida.
I think is awesome. Florida, who is even
Florida's
without a
waxing
coach, is
Purdue,
yeah.
Michigan State, UCLA,
Arkansas is sending
Minnesota. Like,
Arkansas is
Florida's
beating the hell
waxing
out
them.
of Rutgers.
Yeah, like they're killing them.
Like
Which, I mean, we'll
South
get to this
South
week, but I think
Carolina,
Florida's a live dog against Georgia this week.
South Carolina. I feel like it's a case by or a week by week thing with them against no matter who they play. But I think they on more often than not, you play a game that you play South Carolina and UCLA 10 times out of 10. South Carolina probably wins that series, even with yeah, and that's coming from Mr. UCLA over here, who's been just tooting their horn the whole time ever since they fired what's his damn face?
I couldn't tell you. That's your job.
No,
You're Jimmy's and Joe's. I'm X's and O's. Come on.
yeah, that's fair. But that's not Jimmy or Joe. That's like James.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But I mean, at the end of the day, one hell of a week 9 slate.
Oh yeah.
I think we've been blessed as college football fans this year. We've had a ton of great slates in a row. Unfortunately, when I think we get to this one, it's a little lackluster. But I think there's some good games, but it's not the last 4 weeks we've gotten have been incredible.
There are some games that if this was week 1 and this was the slate,
it would look
you'd
great.
Be freaking out.
Yeah, it would look great. Yeah, I mean, Penn State, Ohio State. We're not even going to. We are going to talk about the game, but it's just like it's not. It's not what it would have been week 1, week 2, hell, week 4, before the UCLA loss. But
Penn State, before they lost to UCLA.
Yeah, struggling. I've had a few. I think it's probably a good time to turn it over to some ECU talk. We've not been live for 40 minutes. Ain't no way. We've been live for 37.
We've been live for 40 minutes.
We've been live for 37. Wow, we can talk.
Oh, yeah. We love rambling.
Temple, I didn't even look at the spread. This is how far behind I am. I think it's 5.5.
Damn, I didn't look at it either.
Damn it, Paul.
Let's see. That is something like that, I want to say.
Pretty sure it's 5.5.
Oh, it's a high quality.
5.5. East Carolina travels up to the city I can't pronounce properly, Philadelphia. Yeah,
Philadelphia.
yep. 5.5-point favorites, 58.5 is your
Thank you,
total.
Mr. Jake Kelly, for trying to give me the spread on the fly there. He just texted me saying it was 4.5, even though he was
Put it in the
wrong.
comments, Jake. Put in the, what are you
Put it
doing?
in the chat.
JK, what you doing? JK Dobbins. Couldn't help myself there. But ECU 5.5-point favorites, 58.5 is your total. 2 o'clock kick in Philadelphia. I think this is such a sleepy spot. Like such a sleepy spot.
Absolutely.
And I think Temple, like even after watching this film, I don't think Temple's good.
No.
From an American Conference standard, I think they're pretty all right.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a tight matchup. I'm curious what you saw in your notes.
So I didn't do any film study on this game.
I just watched the last 2 games. That's all I watched.
But Temple, if you look at them from an offensive standpoint, like statistically, could not be more just middle of the road in the American.
At everything.
But what
at everything.
What sets them apart is how efficient they are. I'll get back into it in a minute, but they're 4th in the conference in offensive efficiency, which is something to worry about.
Key stat, and it translates straight to points for those like
exactly.
If you don't know what offensive efficiency is, which is completely fine. Hey, watch the show, learn something. Subscribe while you're at it. Hey, Maddie.
Hey, Yusuf, it is dealing.
Who do you think is going to win between Temple and ECU?
Temple.
What? I don't like you. Bye. Bye.
I'm good.
Bye. But no, offensive efficiency is just your rate of conversion on touchdowns, and Temple's been pretty good at it. Outside, if you look at that Tulsa game, they struggled to score in the red zone. But yeah, continue.
We struggled to do a lot of stuff against Tulsa.
Yes.
But they average more points per game than we do, and we've been we haven't necessarily had a fire-powered offense, but we've figured out how to put points on the board, and Temple has just straight up done that better than we have. But that being said, we have the best scoring D in the conference, and we're 2nd in the conference in defensive efficiency. I think that's what this game ultimately, in a nutshell, comes down to, is just whenever Temple has the ball. Because that's their best versus our best. They're pretty comparable, I'd say, as entire units from basically just their production so far this season. So I think the game is won and lost in those times when Temple's on offense. I think they have a decent pass defense. That's really, I know they kind of struggle to defend the run, but then again, plenty of times this season we've struggled to get the run game going. So as far as the best on best, you're looking at, like I said multiple times now, Temple offense versus ECU's D. But I mean, it's not like the other side is any slouch either. I think it's just the worst of the 2 units for both teams.
If you are ECU's D in this instance, I think there's 2 numbers you got to look at. I think you got to look at number 20 and number 29, both running backs for Temple. Number 20, I can't think of either of their names right now, and I'm not going to try. But number 20, he gets a bulk of the carries. I think he's about a 4 yards per average kind of guy. They like to run the ball with him. 29's your shot guy. I think he's only third on the team with carry. He's averaging 7 yards plus per carry. Like, this is just a speedster. Like, I mean, this is a guy that, like, if he makes your linebackers miss, your secondary's not catching him. He's just, there's not. This kid's got speed. He's got jiggle. I mean, he's got a lot of what you want out of a power 5 running back, let alone a group of 4, a power 4, a group of 5 running back. Like this kid's got D1 speed. He's got D1 wiggle. I really like what I see out of this 29 kid. I don't know how young he is, but he looks like a baller.
I know Ducker is their bell cow.
Yeah, I think that's 20.
And then Smith is their home run hitter.
Yes, Smith is H. Smith. I can't think of it. It's Harold something like that.
Let's see, Hunter Smith.
Hunter. I knew it was a basic name, but
he's a senior.
Yeah, and he's averaging like 7 yards a carry, man. Like he's
literally
just
he's
a burner.
And in conference that has a slight uptick to 7.1. Let's see. Yeah, in conference he's got 27 rushing attempts for 191 yards and a touchdown. Again, he's the third. He's third on the carry list, I guess.
Third on carries, yeah.
So,
I think 21's their second string running back, but I think 29 or 20 are the two guys you got to worry. There's nothing that worries me at wide receiver with them.
Their quarterback is second in carries.
Oh, is that all right? That makes sense.
Which is an area where we struggle.
Yeah, you're lying. We
Jake
saw it with BYU. We saw it. Oh,
Jake in the chat, he says, "Are running backs Temple tough enough?" I mean, you have to be Temple tough. To be Temple tough, whatever that means. Temple tough is a slogan that changes meaning on a season by season and sport by sport basis. We've seen what their basketball program could do in their heyday. We've also seen what their basketball and football programs have been able to do recently. So, Jake, you being the Philly guy, I'm gonna leave you to answer that in the comments while I sit here and decipher what the term Temple tough actually means. But and so if you could provide a definition for me, then maybe I'll have an answer for you.
But I had two notes on their offense. This is just two things I noticed, and I did not watch a ton of their offense. I watched maybe in combination between their last two games between Charlotte and Tulsa, 15 plays. Now, the one thing I can point out is that they damn near ran the same exact play they ran against Charlotte 2 weeks ago that they ran against Tulsa last week. They like to run, and they work out of this throughout the game, and you'll see them shotgun formation, whether it be two wide receivers to the left, two wide receivers to the right. You're split back to the other side. They're going to motion one of those strong side wide receivers and act like they're going to throw jet, and either that tight end is going to run a wheel with a hook with that outside receiver, or he's going to run the seam. And I've said this time and time again on the show about ECU's defense this year. We get beat up the seam with tight ends like left and right. We saw it with BYU. We saw it with Tulsa. And Tulsa's 80 had a big day against Temple. I think that kid
he's just a good player.
That kid can play.
It's like when Caden Prescorn in Memphis came.
If you're looking at there and it's play one and you see motion come across, you got to know it's pass. It is not a run play. And then they go back to the run. They're not a high-paced team. They're not slow. They're not sitting there waiting until it's 5 seconds on the play clock. But they're not Tulsa. They're not us. They're not UTSA. They're not moving the ball with precision. They're not FAU when Lane was there. I mean, it's not speedy, but they're going to get these chunk plays on you. They are not home run hitters. They're just not. They can hit home runs if you make mistakes, which I think that's where we get them on the flip side of the ball. They run like Paul. I was rewatching the Tulsa game, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I watch a lot of SEC film, the Film Guy Network. If any of you guys are tuned in on that, I love watching film. Watching watching Temple's defense, dude, I was gonna fall asleep. They run the same look. They run like 2 or 3 looks. That's all they give. They give you a pseudo too high safety, and it's cover 3. It's cover 3 left and right. We're gonna have the single side wide receiver. He's playing off what looks like man coverage on either the boundary side or the strong side. And it's cover 3 or it's cover 2 where they'll rotate that safety down. I wish you could pull up film right now. I could so much better explain it. But they it's a staggered safety look. So like this. And usually that staggered safety is either going to fill that hook curl while he goes over the top. The boundary side corner covers that third. He's got the middle third, and the strong side corner's got the other third.
Yeah.
Or they're running cover 2. When they run man, it's so obvious. It's
Really?
so obvious. It's a single high safety. There's 8 guys in the box. It's such like, it's like me playing JV quarterback. I'm not even joking. Like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, that's man. I don't even have to like look.
Yeah.
You got it's single high man every time. And we have better athletes than they do. We just flat out, between Yannick Smith, Anthony Smith, Brock, the tight ends. I mean, if we want to put one of the running with Montgomery, I don't even care. Gunn, run them on a swing route. I think we are way more athletic than they are. The other thing that I saw Tulsa just abuse them with, and you saw this in the first half. I think Tulsa had about a 60-yard explosive on a stop and go in that cover 3 package. And all of a sudden, that boundary side corner, they double cover that hook almost, where he's we got double curls here. No, boom, over the top. Like, this has got to be a big game from Caden Hauser. He's got to be able to read and react quickly in ways we've seen him do this year. He's got to be cerebral this game, because I think the chances to take shots down the field are going to be there. He's just got to take advantage of them and be patient. And that offensive line's got to hold up. It's just flat got to hold up. They got to. This is a very bend don't break mentality from our offensive line. You can let pressure go up the field, because I don't think their linebackers can keep up with Caden. So if you get pressure up the field, he's got to go. If not, like, I think we have the athletes on the outside, and like I said earlier, almost every third down they're blitzing, playing man coverage. It's there. The recipe to win this game by more than 5.5, hell, by more than 15.5 is there.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of this team can wake up, 2 p.m. kick in front of 500 people. I think that's what it boils down to. I think we are the much better team here, but I think this is not because I feel like I'm just crapping down Temple right now. Temple's got athletes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Temple, like, as these holes are glaring, and I think Temple knows this, because they wouldn't run the same 3 defensive plays if they were better.
Yeah.
They just wouldn't. So if they're comfortable in this system and they can limit those shot plays, then we're in for a long game. But I think with the athletes we have on the outside, I think we can exploit them early if this defense can get back to playing the brand of football we're used to them playing, not what we saw last week against Tulsa or 2 weeks ago against Tulsa. If they can get back to that hard-nosed brand of football, and even if it's what we saw against Tulane where they're great between the 20s and we just stifle them in the red zone, I think this is an easy cover and win for ECU.
Yeah. If you want me to go ahead and dive into my prediction, just again, piggybacking off of that, I think it is a tightly contested game. And I do have us covering, but not by a million. I think I got 34-28. I think Temple might score in this game, but I think we'll do enough to keep them from doing that as much as we will. The only thing that worries me with this game is special teams too, just because our special teams, I like, is it Mazzy? I still haven't figured out how to pronounce his name yet. Our kicker, it's the first time in a while where we've seen just a like truly just reliable kicking operation going on between snap, hold, kick, all 3 of them. That being said, our special teams, especially in the punting aspect, could use some work. And Temple is a lot more solid in that department. But I don't think that offensively and defensively it's tightly enough matched to where it'll come down to special teams. I got 34-28.
I got 42. I got 42-31.
Yeah.
That's about, I think we'll get it. That's about all I got on the ECU game for we'll get in the top 12 here, which
I think that's all I got too.
You're going first.
That's fine. So I'm gonna start this off by saying this is the second time this season I've done the AP fan poll, and I came in 25th, whatever that means. But I came in 25th. I think it's just how much my poll resembled the kind of overall population. So mine's not really based on last week's one on this show. I kind of just did my own thing. But a lot of it remains similar. I got Ohio State 1, of course, Indiana 2, of course. It's getting to the point week in, week out, or week by week that I'm closer to putting Indiana at 1, which is not at all an indictment on Ohio State, but just how much fun Indiana is to watch and how good they are. Those are my 1 and 2. Texas A&M at 3. Again, more of the same. Alabama 4, same thing. Number 5, I got Georgia Tech. Haynes King might be my favorite player in college football right now.
If it ain't him, it's got to be Pavia.
He's both of them, but especially Haynes King is just Cam Scattaboo with an arm, and it rocks. Number 6, I got Oregon, kind of in the same area I've had him in for most of the season when I haven't had him up super high. Number 7 is where Georgia is. Again, still not much separation between Georgia Tech and Georgia, which is a theme that I've had going for a while. But I've also I like this Oregon team, and I feel like they haven't quite hit their peak yet. Number 8, I got Ole Miss. Not too much to say there. I feel like they're just the perfect number 8 team. Number 9, I got BYU. I feel like honestly you could probably swap those two if you wanted to, but I think that's your clear 8 and 9. At least for me, it is. Those two teams just feel like they belong there. BYU still undefeated, which is helping ECU's eye test for nothing, but just for it makes me feel a little bit better. Number 10 is where I got Vandy. Again, I think that's a top 10 team. I feel like I could probably have them higher, but there's only so many teams I can put in the first 9 spots. 11 is Miami. I think they're in the process of putting that Louisville game behind them. It might be a slower burn than they would like, but still, I think that's they're a fringe top 10 team. And then number 12, I got Texas Tech, who I think is the only challenger to BYU in the Big 12. At this point, I like BYU to win that conference more than Texas Tech. But that's my 12.
I feel like we got a lot of the same teams. Mine hasn't. I had kind of had to rush through my top 12, but I actually kind of like it when I look at it now. I think my top 6 remained exactly the same.
Yeah.
Ohio State number 1. I don't know how you go any other way.
Yep.
Number 2, I got Indiana. Number 3, I got Texas A&M. Number 4, I got Alabama. Number 5, I got Oregon because I think they're the best one-loss team in the country.
Yep.
Number 6, I got my University of Georgia Bulldogs. Number 7, I got Texas Tech. And I'm prefacing this on the fact that they lost that football game without their starting quarterback.
Yep.
And I think when we get down to the nitty-gritty, when we get to if they play BYU, I like Texas Tech with their starter. Number 8, I got Georgia Tech. Number 9, BYU. Number 10, Ole Miss. Number 11, Notre Dame. And number 12, Miami. And I'll get to why Vanderbilt's not number 12 later in this show.
All right. And Notre Dame was my first team out. I just for what we do. If we did a top 13, Notre Dame is there. But
yeah, I think Vandy would be 13 for me. So
yeah, basically all the same teams aside from one.
If you can stall for like 30 seconds, that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacob mentioned it to start the show, and we always mention it at the end of the show. But in case you joined after that, if you're watching on Twitter, like, retweet, or repost, whatever it is now, I guess, since it's X. Give us a follow if you haven't. YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Join the chat no matter where you're watching. We're also live on Twitch, so do all that fun stuff over there as well. And then the chat again is open, free reign, as long as you keep it semi-respectful. Don't be an ass, but have some fun in the chat, though. While we're waiting for Jacob, I'm going to catch up on looking at Trey Savage's stat line for those that might not be watching, which includes me. He looks to be doing Trey Savage things. Also, like I said, if you got, whether you want to just talk bad about the two of us or you have genuine questions, again, feel free to put them in the chat. It's open for everybody. And we're back.
We're back. All right. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
We're going to get into the Week 10 slate. I'm debating. We have a guest picker.
Really?
It's not that Mark Miller.
Oh, I know, but is this of TikTok fame?
It is of TikTok fame.
Let's go.
She slays. She likes Taylor Swift. So my question is, she's right there. Do we want her to rip through the 5 games and then we go into it?
Depends on if she wants to stick around or not.
I think she wants to get in and out.
That's cool. We can rip through them.
Okay. We'll rip through them real quick. Penn State, who wears navy and white, is facing the Ohio State Buckeyes. They wear red and white.
Scarlet and gray.
Scarlet and gray, whatever you want to call it. Ohio State is a 20.5-point favorite at home. Who do you like?
Ohio State.
You like Ohio State?
Good choice.
I like the pick. Vanderbilt, the academic school of the South. They wear black and gold. Is on the road against the Texas Longhorns, who wear burnt orange and white, as your cats fight in the background. Texas is a 2.5-point favorite at home. Who do you like?
I forgot the other one.
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
You like Vanderbilt? Okay. Diego Pavia.
Choice.
She's a Diego Pavia fan. All right. We head into the U. Do you know who the U is?
University of Miami.
There we
Spot
go.
on. Smart learner. Faces SMU, Southern Methodist University, which is in Texas. Miami wears
like a green and like
orange and green. SMU American flag, red, white, and blue.
Okay.
Miami is a 12.5-point favorite. Who do you like?
Miami.
You like Miami? I think that's a good pick.
Great pick.
The University of Georgia is facing that gaudy orange and blue.
Even though their logo is green.
In Jacksonville. You going to pick against your brother?
No.
You going to pick Georgia?
Yeah.
Good girl.
Good choice. Good choice.
Good choice. The last game of the week is Oklahoma. I know you know what colors Oklahoma wears.
Mm-hmm.
They do gymnastics.
I know.
It's like crimson and white.
Yeah.
Versus Tennessee, who wears orange and white. Tennessee's at home. They're a 3.5-point favorite. Who do you like?
Oklahoma.
You like Oklahoma? All right, power to you. What, back-to-back softball national champions?
Like four times in a row.
Softball champions? That was your segment, Maddie. We appreciate it. That's Jake and Maddie picks of the week.
Thank you, Maddie.
Where's my old Michigan State sweatshirt? She can't hear any of us.
Yeah.
She says,
Good job. Good job.
We'll go in a little more than that, but
I liked 4 of her 5 picks. I was right there with her.
I have a cat on me. And
I got dogs I could have over here climbing on me.
Shane says Trey is shoving. Shout out Trey Savage, who I don't have because I can't gamble in the state.
Yeah. But
plus 6Ks.
Part of me stalling for time while we were waiting on you was me looking into the box score. He's gone 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 6 Ks.
Let's go. He's already there.
He's hooping.
He's hooping, man. Trey's not to delay football talk, but I still think Shane already won that. I knew he had the 6 Ks. That's Shane's line. I was telling everyone down here, Shane, I was like, hey, take Trey plus 6 Ks. But I remember, just to tell a little ECU story. I had a hiatus with baseball. My high school career didn't go great. Whatever. My buddy convinced me to go to ECU game. I want to say it was a junior in college. It was Trey Savage's freshman year. It was his first start. walks the first batter in 4 pitches, and I looked over at Trip Craven, who we both know, and I looked at Trip and I was like, dude, this kid can shove. And he's like, he just walked the first guy, and I'm like, he can shove. Struck out the next 3 batters.
Yep.
And I'll leave that into the Week 10 slate. Like we said earlier with Maddie, Penn State takes on Ohio State. 20.5 is the number. 43.5 is the total. I think that's an over game.
Oh yeah.
Let me double check. No, I don't have it. I love Ohio State here.
Yeah. I'm not.
I think they hit it in the first half.
I'm gonna revisit this game in our next segment, but
I'll revisit the next game.
let's just say I like Ohio State. I feel like we don't have to spend too much time on this game.
No. Vanderbilt at Texas in Arlington, 2.5-point favorite. Texas, 44.5 is your total. Might be another. Ooh, actually, I don't know if I like the over there. Good defense by Texas. I'm not going to give an opinion until our next segment.
Yeah, I don't love that over. Just because while Vandy can score, they don't do it on a drive-by-drive.
They don't do it in
basis,
bunches.
it seems like. Exactly. So this game is tough. This is going to be a very good game. Tight the whole way through by my estimation. I badly want to take Vandy here, and I think I'm gonna.
I will get to it later.
Okay.
Miami, another game I'll get to later. Miami 12.5-point favorites against Shmoo. The Ponies. 50.5 is your total here. Does Carson Beck have a bit of a comeback game?
I think so. This SMU team, I mean, they're talented. It's a home environment that they get to play this game in. I think they'll hang around for a little bit, but I think it's going to be too much Miami, just on both sides of the ball.
Finally, a game that I can give an opinion on, a game that I will be attending this Saturday at 3:30 in Jacksonville, Florida. It's the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. I don't care if the NCAA won't let you say it. It's the damn cocktail party. Georgia, 7.5-point favorites against the Billy Napier-less University of Florida. 50.5 is also your total there. Where you lean, Paul?
I'll get back to this game in our next segment as well, but it has nothing to do with the spread. So give me Georgia comfortably.
If you were to ask me before Napier got fired, 7.5, do you take the dogs? I'd be all over it. All over it. Without Billy Napier, I'm a lot more scared of this game. I think either way, I think it's a tight game at the half. Rivalry game, big implications, bunch of kids that were recruited by both these schools. I think it's tight going into the half. I think, and you know how I hate going out on a limb on Georgia, but I think Georgia takes care of business in the second half.
Yep.
I think they just barely cover. Barely. I think this is a 10-point win for Georgia at most. At most.
I don't have any faith in this Florida team. I feel like the effects
is good.
Yeah, I just feel like this is the point where they start to feel the effects of not having a head coach.
My only worry is Georgia has zero pass rush. Zero pass rush.
Yeah.
And you give a guy like DJ time, he's just going to chew you apart. So I don't love what I've seen from this Georgia defense all year.
I don't know if it matters with DJ, like especially if he's in passing situations, like you don't necessarily.
I don't think they can force him into those 3rd and 8s, those 3rd and 7s.
Depends on how much they lean on the run game, I guess. But
yeah, we'll see.
Which would be stupid of them. But I feel like your pass defense is good enough to defend Florida.
Hopefully,
we'll see.
So.
We'll see. I'll get back
to there in the Florida section cheering loud as hell. You can guarantee that.
In the Florida section?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Not cheering for Florida.
I ain't cheering for Florida, but I'll be in the Florida section.
I feel like that was an important distinction you had to make.
I'll be in 111. Come find me. If you're in parking lot P with the Film Network guy, come find me. Last game we'll highlight of the Week 10 slate. Oklahoma travels to Knoxville, Tennessee to take on the Volunteers. They are 3.5-point favorites. 56.5 is your total. Did I take this game? I did not. Oh, I did. Never mind.
I didn't take this game, but I'll guess for the sake of this, I'll take it right now. Give me Tennessee. I like both of these teams a lot. I feel like Tennessee, in the specific environment that they will be in at home, which I'll get to momentarily, in a couple segments. I like
Are they
Tennessee in
wearing the
this spot.
Smokies?
Oh, not the Smokies.
Well, that leads us into our closing 2 segments of the show.
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
I got an FCS game for you.
Jesus Christ.
So if I told you that 2 MEAC teams were playing each other at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia tomorrow night, would that do anything for you?
I feel like I know one of them. I can't think of what the other is right now.
The 2 teams are Norfolk State and Delaware State. Does that mean anything to you?
All right, I'm interested.
That would be Michael Vick's Norfolk State against Deshaun Jackson's Delaware State in Philadelphia, where they both were teammates with the Philadelphia Eagles. I love this. HBCU football is unique to say the least. You watch it for the bands. This I'm actually watching for the football, because as bad as it could potentially be, this is just going to be, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And
should be a good game, but 2 good offenses from what I know. And I don't know much about these teams, but 2 good offenses.
That is true. This game might be 65-63. That is, I completely forgot about how good they are on offense. If you can find this game somewhere, take the over. The over might be set at 80 for all I know, but I take it. I don't care. That's going to be fun to watch. If you're not watching Keaton Mitchell on Thursday Night Football tomorrow night, go watch Mike Vick. And
what do you have, a 23-yard carry for the Ravens the other night? He had a big run.
They put him on their uniform reveal for this week.
Yeah,
he was the model.
All right, well, now we'll get into the last.
Here we go.
Segment. We're gonna do our picks and then Paul's jersey matchups of the week. For the first time this year, I'm going first.
Okay,
I'm going first.
What did you do last week?
I went 5-0.
I went 4-1. I went 4-1. We both had scorchers. There you go.
Just to highlight what I did last week. Oh, didn't scroll far enough. Ole Miss plus 4.5, that hit. Washington minus 4.5, that hit. Vandy minus 2.5, that hit. BYU plus 2.5, that hit. And A&M minus the 2.5 hit, as Maddie has her homework printed out. Had a good beat to it.
That was exciting.
But 5-0 last week. We're hot.
I love it. Rip it.
Picks this week too, because I had to do them while we were doing the show.
Rip it.
17-28 on the year. Terrible. Tulane tomorrow night. 4.5 points against UTSA on the road. 4.5. Really? That's all they're giving? Give me the green wave.
Yep.
Georgia Tech travels to Raleigh, North Carolina.
They sure do.
5.5? 5.5, Paul.
I wonder which way you're going here.
Do you think NC State can cover 5.5?
No.
I don't either.
Okay.
Rambling wreck. Come on.
There you go.
Tennessee at home against an injured Mateer. I get he got a week off. Whatever. I don't even think he got a week off last week. They didn't look great against South Carolina. What's 26-7? Really? We're talking one of the most prolific offenses in the Southeastern Conference. I get how good Oklahoma's defense. I don't think they can maintain with this Tennessee team for 4 quarters. I love Tennessee in this spot.
Yep. I'm right there with you. I don't have that as a pick, but I love that pick.
And I feel like we're on opposites. I'm going to save this one for last just because I think we're on opposite sides.
Is this not last?
I got one more. I got 2 more.
Okay. I thought it was the last one.
No, I did 3. I got Tulane, Georgia Tech, and Tennessee right now.
You're right.
Miami 12.5 against Shmoo.
Yep.
It's not enough points. That's just not. Give me Miami all the way. Give me the Hurricanes. last pick, just because I think we're on differing sides here, and we can talk about it after your picks. But Texas 2.5-point favorites on the road against Vanderbilt. This is something I've rode the last couple of weeks and have had success with. Typically, if the lower ranked team on the road is a favorite, that is Vegas telling you they're going to win that game. I think Vanderbilt's in a tough spot. I think Texas has a great front seven. I don't think their offense is anything to write home about, but I think this defense can challenge Pavia vertically and won't let him have these escape plays that we saw last week or all year for that matter. I really like Texas to quote unquote upset, even though they're the favorite in this game. Ooh, excuse me. To upset the higher ranked team here. I love Texas in this spot.
Yeah. I mean, I don't 100% disagree with you. I just this is the prove it spot for Vandy. And I think they could prove it. I don't know. I love this Vandy team, and
I love being on a different side for you for once, because we've had some of the same picks and it has not gone well.
No, I know. This isn't one of my picks. It's just how I feel about this game. I like Vandy for some reason. Probably it's just because I'm going to be pulling for him in this game. But
yeah, this is one of those. If I'm wrong,
you're okay. You're okay.
And let alone this is the first week all year I don't have money on it because I can't bet in these games.
Do you want me to rip mine?
Rip them, buddy.
So I thought I was going to come in here with my head held high instead to be outdone by Mr. Miller. But I went 4-1 last week, which I was an even 500 on the year. So now I'm at 24-21 so far this season. We start in Columbus, Ohio. Ohio State is a 20.5-point favorite against Penn State. Ohio State undefeated against the spread this year. Penn State 1-6. That's all I need to see. Give me the Buckeyes. You ready to go to East Hartford?
Connecticut?
Where UConn is a 11.5-point favorite against the UAB Blazers. Give me UConn all day long.
Give them the Huskies.
Give me 11.5 points against that sorry ass UAB team. Moving into a couple SEC games, Mississippi State +4.5 at Arkansas. Give me the +4.5. I almost took him outright.
Love it.
I almost took him outright. Mississippi State has been very good against the spread this year, so I think it's time to start riding them pretty heavy. I've had them a couple times, I think, but
if this was the Pick'em podcast, I'd pull a big cat at it.
Yep. But yeah, give me the Bulldogs all day there in Fayetteville. Then to the game you'll be attending, the world's largest outdoor cocktail party.
One big old drunk fest.
Where I like the over in this game. I think 50.5 is a smooth spot for an over. I think this game could get into some
each
points.
Team scoring at least 20. So
I think this game could get into some serious points. So again, I said earlier I like Georgia pretty comfortably in this game, but I also think Florida's going to be able to score some. So give me the over there, and then we take it to Bowling Green, not Ohio, Bowling Green, Kentucky, where the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers are 8.5-point favorites against the New Mexico State Aggies. Give me the Hilltoppers. I like them by at least 10. And those are my picks.
I like it a lot, man.
You know me, I got to throw at least one G5 in there. I got two.
It's got to be the Hilltoppers, man.
I know. Those are my guys.
Those
are my guys.
Which this is so bad. Dad's been reminding me, he's like, isn't your boy Paul high on Miami's quarterback? And I'm like, Miami, Ohio? Like, what are we talking about? I forgot he was the NC State guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so, but one last segment here. Quick bit of advertising before we get
Wait, Miami.
Not Miami. Bowling Green. Or not Bowling.
Akron.
Thank you.
That's where Ben Finley is.
Young Michael says Western Kentucky is going down bad to NIU in the Bahamas.
At least you made a bowl game. I went 6-6.
Hey, so did I.
I know. I forgot. You did too.
I went 6-6.
The two of us, for those of y'all that don't know, We are in
All
a
36 of you watching.
we're in a
35.
we're in a MAC dynasty. You're Central Michigan, right?
Yeah, Central.
And I'm Miami, Ohio. Both of us go 6-6 on the year, and do not find ourselves in bowl
bowl game.
games.
I beat Michigan.
I know.
At Michigan.
I beat Chris. I beat a good Buffalo team.
Oh, but before we get into the jersey matchups of the week, if you're on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe. If you're on Twitter, give us a follow, retweet the stream, like the stream. Feel free to put in the comments. We'll read them out as we've done all show. If you're on Twitch, subscribe if you have the funds. If not, just give us a follow. We appreciate it. Now I'll lead you in there. Jersey matchups of the week with PSP Paul.
Well, let me preface this by saying something. If you're into jerseys and jersey reveals as much as I am, you know that when teams play on Saturdays, the vast majority of the time, unless it's some crazy special uniform,
Thursdays, Fridays,
it's getting released on Thursday. We do our show on Wednesday. What I'm thinking, I'm still going to give my preview today. What I'm thinking is moving forward, might hit a couple of the quick hits from like early in the week and like the midweek games and whatnot, or the big ones that have been announced, but then moving that into a social media thing, putting that on Twitter, on our Twitter, putting it potentially on my personal TikTok, which I guess I'm going to have to make public if I do that. We'll see. But I'll at least put it out on Twitter and hitting through all the big ones, just because y'all don't understand how mad it makes me every Thursday night, Friday morning to see all these sweet jerseys that are coming out any given week, just for me to not even come close to mentioning them. So if that's something y'all are interested in seeing, let us know. And I'm probably going to do it anyways, but I just want to hear if you'll be interested. So that being said, we'll get into our uniform of the week, which, as I alluded to earlier, in the environment that Tennessee, their home environment, specifically on this Halloween weekend that they'll be playing in, Tennessee blackouts get me every time. That black, which is how bright and obnoxious their orange is, it just pops so well. Other ones, Nebraska's going blackout, UTSA going with a blackout, Utah going blackout with, I'll get into my helmets now. The helmet of the week for me is these hand-painted Utah helmets, which are just so sick. It looks like just a 3D kind of like real-life interpretation of their logo. It's awesome. To the other side of the Holy War, BYU is repping like their throwback, like cougar with the sailor hat kind of logo, which is every team, I swear, has a logo like that, but it looks good. Also, Coastal's going teal lids this week, which get me every time. That's always a good look when Coastal's got the teal domes.
I love that teal look from Coastal.
Yeah, and with the white jerseys, they're going teal, white, and then teal pants. Oh, clean. My matchups. My matchup of the week is also, for the sake of this, Georgia, Florida is my matchup of the week, uniform-wise, and also the Old Heads matchup of the week. But in terms of football in general, your uniform matchup of the week is Sunday Night Football, when the Seattle Seahawks in their blue throwbacks visit Landover, Maryland, with the Washington Commanders wearing their Redskins throwbacks. That will be your uniform matchup of the week across all of football. Moving on, some just color overload games. Arizona State, Iowa State, if Iowa State remembers their school colors, which they have a problem doing, but we'll see. New Mexico, UNLV, just a bunch of red. Indiana, Maryland is an iffy one. Just Indiana's kind of a darker shade, but still a bunch of red. And then even more red, Cincinnati, Utah, which I know Utah's going blackout, but that's Cincinnati's thing. So honestly, it might just be a bunch of black out there. Who knows? Yeah. And then I have devastating news.
No.
I have
matchup of the week.
I regret to inform you that there are two potential. I don't know if Minnesota and Michigan State counts, just because Minnesota is kind of like a burgundy. I don't know if that counts. I'm sure colorblind people will be able to see that well enough. Let me know if that counts. Also, Jake in the comments said,
I put that up there earlier. Did you see the VTs?
I did not.
I haven't either. I wanted to go look and I couldn't find it.
I'll look as soon as I finish touching on this travesty we have with the colorblind games. There's a very small chance that Miami and SMU will be wearing green and red, but if it does, you better be on high alert because Miami's been on a big orange kick until they wore jerseys that were the exact same color as the field. This past weekend with those camo ones, you could not see players. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. It probably shouldn't be legal. It looked pretty sweet, even though it was kind of ugly at the same time. Whatever. And then SMU, wow, I feel like their main color is red, loves to wear blue. If we somehow get a green Miami versus red SMU matchup in some capacity, don't say I didn't warn you, but it's probably not going to happen. Let's see what VT's rocking.
Fuck. Oh, wow. I'm swearing like a dog right now. I'm trying to pause it right at the helmet.
I'm just
the helmet's the main part.
I'm going to their account and seeing if I can find. Oh, yeah.
Outside of that, it's a burgundy uniform as far as I can tell, but those Hokies helmets are tight.
Yeah, that'll play all day long. Crazy Halloween video. It's
pretty spooky.
Kind of
scary. Like Blair Witch Trials.
That's not safe for your children, so hide them if you're going to watch that. But thank you,
because everybody up here.
Thank you, Jake, for putting that in the chat. That's all I got. Again, just horrible news out of the colorblind world. But we'll see what we can get. We'll see what we can get. Yeah.
Well, I think that about does it for the Down East Sports College Football Show. Not the greatest slate we've ever rocked.
That means it's going to be good.
But it's a slate nonetheless. The Pirates, 2 p.m. in the Liberty City. Let's take care of business. Take on the Temple Owls. Let's go Pirates. We will see you here 8 o'clock every Wednesday. I'm Jacob Miller. He's Paul Phillips. It's the Down East Sports Show. Take care, folks.